For the Crest Corner.
Run! Now! Destroy!
Hey, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
A little blur. I'm out of practice from getting into the screen. It's been a whole year since 2020.
I know you just gotta, it'll all just rub off. Everything will be great. It's nice and smooth. It's all good, dude. Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, happy New Year.
First one of 2021.
2021. We're 9 days in, and we're already in a shit show.
Yeah, you know what, dude? I think for everybody out there, you all need just this big hug. See, I'm coming in. Bring it in.
Virtual.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Oh, virtual hugs.
Big hugs for everybody. Yeah. Wow. Right. Yeah. Well said. Crazy way to start, man. Big bang.
It's just crazy.
What's going on, Rick? How are you? Happy New Year.
Oh, Rick, what's up? I was chatting Rick a little bit the other day, a couple of messages back and forth, trying to hook up with him with this guitar I've had for a while, but it's been a monkey wrench in everybody's flow. Everything we do is like, nah, I can't do that. Got to do this. I've certainly had a bunch of fucking restrictions on.
Christine needs kisses.
Wow, Christine, we're like 3 minutes into the show and you've got Corey kissing the screen already. Look at that. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I still had to pour a drink.
That is excellent. Yeah, man, 2021. Holy crap. So we had the it's only been 2 weeks since we did the review.
Yep.
And it feels like I think like we were like building up so much to that last episode, Core. It was like I feel like we did it. I had a really good time. We had a lot of people watching, and it was so good to look back at all the people that we met through this connection that we have, and do some highlighted stuff. Just really, really good people. And
absolutely, man. No, that's one of the best parts about this. We've made some connections and friends, and and it's just going to keep growing, dude. It'll keep building up as we continue down this little journey.
And it was like it felt so long since we did that episode. Like everything, like kind of like that closure we had, finishing out the year, and then like getting through the holidays and just chilling. It just so it seems like it's been a while.
Yeah.
Dave says he's here now, so we can start. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Now I can actually get my groove on, because I was really just waiting for Dave to show up.
You needed that. You needed the Dave vibe. You needed it deep.
Hi, Dave. So we had a good review. We do have like coming into this year, dude. I know you and I have talked about some of the folks that we want to try and connect with.
Yeah.
And talk with. And I know we do have some solids already set up.
Yep.
And every time I mention it, it's kind of, I feel like I'm some kind of a tease, because I'm like, we got some really great, guests coming on, and I can't say anything. Like, I really like.
I have to say it. I think everyone would agree that it's well worth the wait to find out, because your promos are just awesome. So we're always anxious to see what you're going to put together. So I think everybody out there, if you're just kind of like, oh, come on, tell us, I'm saying wait, because the promo will feed right in, and then we're all going to be like, yeah. Oh,
I appreciate that. We got a couple of things we did. The new at the last episode we had, I showed the Crush Corner shirt, the official Crush Corner shirt, which is
yes, it's very cool, right? It's got the back that looks like it's like a tour shirt. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
There you go.
It was fun putting this together because again, it was going through everyone that had been on the show. Of course, starting off with you as the first guest and going through all our friends right down to Herman.
Yeah. Yep.
Super cool. Sure, I got a couple of orders in for those, which is exciting, and I'm glad people are enjoying the vodcast. And
and what was awesome about that whole thing throughout the year was, again, the fact that this was put together to be sort of a place to come and get together, right? Because we were really in the lockdown stages early on, but then to also just be able to, connect and have fun and learn about how other people sort of take on some of the mottos and some of the meaning of what the CKD brand is all about. And just to hear those stories was really cool. And you did an awesome job recapping all that stuff throughout the little clips you took from the videos. From the vodcast. So awesome.
Yeah. Totally cool to look back. Like I said,
patient zero. I was patient. Corey was patient zero. Was I?
Corey was patient zero. I guess you were. Yeah.
Maybe.
Good band name, by the way, Patient Zero. We should steal that. Thanks, Dave. Do punk band next year. Yeah, it's crazy. Like to think, like you said, we were the motivation to do this and get together was this lockdown that we all had and this quarantine type thing and being like isolated and maybe not even really being sure
right
how long it was going to be. And we're we've gotten it's this crazy roller coaster with the pandemic. We've gotten some things kind of loosened up a little bit.
Yep.
And now some things are getting kind of reeled back in. So we don't necessarily have this like let's get out there into the world again. Obviously, a lot of stuff that we enjoy is still fucking locked down, music and whatnot. And I really think it's gonna take quite a while,
Yeah. Rick's calling out the death of Alexi that happened this week, the guitar player. It's been interesting, like you say. I mean, like we've talked before, this whole idea of time, and we put those years and calendar dates and all this stuff, and it seems like it's just perpetual. A lot of what we dealt with last year related to this this COVID-19 and everything, and I know my ex was telling me that a coworker of hers lost somebody very young due to COVID complications. Yeah. So, I mean, it's still real. It's still there. So like you said, I mean, with all of these other places taking their time trying to figure things out, we can't have our opportunity to go to shows and do the things we'd really like to do. So we're going to just pump it right through here. And what's really cool about what we try to do here as best we can is always bring in that music element, so that's always cool.
There always seems to be some kind of a connection with music and what we do. And it's awesome. And hopefully going forward in 2021, I really would like to get more musical guests on the show. Oh shit! Rick saying Tommy Lasorda too. Go Dodgers.
Yeah, that was as of I think yesterday. 93 or something. So he I think I read he's with the Dodger organization for over 60 something years or something like that. It's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I just noticed I mentioned to you my nephew got sick without getting too far into it. He ended up in the ER. He's doing okay. He's hanging in there, but he did text me. He was actually texting when we first got on, and he was trying to figure out how to jump on here and see our goofy faces. So he did.
Is he here?
He is on. He is in the hospital, and he's resting well. He's so.
What's up, Jay?
Shout out to Jay Brewer.
It's my dog. Sorry.
And he's in the hospital, but he's hanging good. He's strong, and good vibes towards my nephew Jay.
Yeah, really good guy. Yeah, feel better, man.
Yeah, definitely feel better. Hospital, maybe not the place you want to be during the tangent.
And shout out to my dad, who without getting into all this craziness, but yeah, he's in a rehab facility. He had an issue where he somehow broke his femur. Really don't know how, because he really can't walk. It's sort of a mystery, but he's in a place where they're going to help him, and cheers, Dad, love you.
Yeah,
get better soon.
And this is the thing, dude. It's like people, everyone's got their shit going on, but it's compounded with the worldly bullshit. So it's the stress is high. But everybody's got something, so we do the best that we can. Find ways to deal with it, and
yes,
positive light.
Yep, that's what we do, and we make drinks. Like,
we make drinks
as quietly as we possibly can while
find
we're
a way to deal with it.
Chatting with all of you fine folks. What's up, Eric? Lisa, hello.
Oh yeah,
New Year. What's happening?
Oh, I wanted to. I definitely got to give a shout out to Hyena, who was I can't remember what episode guest she was, but she sent some stickers for her podcast. I know you guys probably remember the quarantine videos. She had a bunch of great videos. She's very talented, very nutty, and we had a really good time on that episode. She's a trip. So if you
singer,
what's that?
Right, singer, right?
Yeah, punk singer, action singer. So I'm probably going to end up throwing these in a lot of my CKD orders and the free shit that I give away. So y'all end up with some of those.
Nice.
So music.
There you go, Jay. Cheers, bro.
Oh yeah, there he is. Thank you from my nephew, laid up in the hospital. Little nut job. Get better, you.
Herman, hello. Mark, hello. What's happening?
So this, coming when we come into our show, obviously, and I made this connection months ago before I started getting the brand going. I made the connection with Chris Dodge on the West Coast, and I spoke with Chris, and I asked for permission to use the Crush Kill Destroy song in the intro. He was very cool dude. He was really with it, and I sent him a bunch of gear, and then we started to chat more, and ultimately Chris came on the show, which was wicked. So I think getting on social media and getting on Instagram especially, and starting to use or notice some of the hashtags, spaz bin and stuff. Yeah, obviously the way Instagram works, stuff would start coming up, and I think that was the first time I noticed Priscilla, who's coming on tonight, Cree-Pee. Yep. It was a shirt, and it was actually the shirt which caught my eye because Chris had sent us those bright pink spaz shirts. Yep. Do some giveaway stuff, and I was like, oh shit, what's up? So, and then I saw a couple more posts. I started paying attention, and then obviously a lot of the pictures of the crematorium. I hope I'm saying that right. And I was like, whoa, this is pretty interesting. And then I started chatting. I said, let me get more gear out to the West Coast, because we've been doing that, talking to friends that we have out there, and the people that we're meeting, and sending some shirts and some swag out that way. So that's kind of how I made the connection with her. And then I just started bullshitting, and that was that. That's it, man. Thank you, Eric. What's up, Mike? Yeah, well, that's just it. It's like this, like we were saying, there's sort of we get a 6 degree of separation kind of thing, so to speak, going on. And here we go. Met a new person, and a very interesting one at that. I think, and I think too, Cora, like with some of the stuff, Rick was giving some shout outs to some people that we lost, and especially these times. This is a very real thing. Mm-hmm. Death is there. It's not going away. It's a real fucking thing. So it's like, maybe it's kind of perfect. And I think we should talk about that and some other stuff. And I think that we should bring Priscilla into the feed. What do you say? Let's do it. Hey. Hey, what's up? Hi. How are you? Hi. That's Corey. Good. How are you? That's Corey. Pleasure to meet you. Cheers. Hi. Happy New Year. Cheers. Salud. 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 Oh, nice. I had my Kappa shirt on the other day. Actually, I was wearing it, and then my wife took it, and she was she was wearing it, and I couldn't find it, and I don't know. But I love that shirt. That's an awesome shirt. So what's happening? So what do you? I know you have your screen name up here. What do you prefer? Cree-Pee, Priscilla? What do you?
Well, I got Cree-Pee because people call me P.
Yep.
So I thought, I don't know, it made sense. Cree-Pee, P.
So we can call. All right. Well,
You can call me P. You can call me whatever you want.
all right.
It'll be
Well,
P or Cree-Pee.
Yeah, that's fine. I've been called everything. So
So like I was saying, we had what the connection, like when I first started, when I reached out to you and I started chatting and stuff, it was because of this Spaz shirt, which was cool. And then I looked deeper and I was following your Instagram and I did see the photo, I think with Chris. And I was like, whoa, this is so cool. So you and I were chatting about that. And obviously I see a lot of your posts and all the music that you're putting on your posts. And I was like, yeah, this is like heavy shit. So I was digging it, but I definitely want to know, I know, are you in Sacramento now? Is that where you're living right now?
yes, that's where I am now. I'm originally from Mexico, from Mexicali, Baja.
Right.
Oh, no doubt.
And, my family immigrated to the United States in 1989.
Oh, right.
So I was 10 years old, and that's when I learned how to speak English, was when I was 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I speak Spanish, English, and I'm learning Italian next.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
1989. Wow, that's so crazy. Did you guys
We
go
graduated high school in 1989, Jim.
Yes, we did.
So,
oh yeah, that's right. This dude Tim's on tonight. He said his hometown is.
Michael. Hey.
Oh, right on. Yeah, Tim. See, that's another West Coast connection. I just started. Tim's a musician too, and I just.
What's up, Tim? Happy New Year.
But we moved to Redwood City, to the Bay Area, to the San Francisco Bay when we first moved to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So I lived in Redwood City from ages 10 through 24. That's when I moved to Sacramento, was at 24.
No doubt.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you have you've had this this interest obviously in music. It's probably, I'm guessing it's been for quite some time. I would guess that it wasn't the like doomy metal and stuff when you were a kid, but did you have any real like musical background, like your folks, or any reason why you gravitated to listening to it and then ultimately getting into band and stuff? Or?
So when I lived in Mexico, I was into pop mostly because I was a kid.
Yep.
And then when I moved to the USA, I was mostly into like Depeche Mode and The Cure and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, I was influenced from all kinds of people. So I was also into oldies because I would hang out with cholos. And my brother's a skater. So then
nice.
I got that influence and
little skater punk.
Yeah. So really, but like I didn't really get introduced to a lot of the music that I'm into until I met my ex-husband. He's a musician from Sacramento, and he was in like 100 bands. So that's who introduced me to a lot of shit that I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew about like black metal and all that other stuff, but he's the one that got me into like all the like really like underground shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, you know, he might not be my favorite person now, but I do give him credit for a lot of stuff because that's who I was in a band with also.
Oh, right.
Right.
Him and I started it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the guitar player, correct?
Correct. And the backup vocals.
Got it. Yep.
So you how'd you cross paths with Chris Dodge? Was it at a show or like a beer fest? Because I know Chris is big into the beer fest stuff. Or so
well, I knew of him obviously, and then I went to the Metal and Beer Fest in LA.
Nice. Yeah.
What was that, like 2-3 years ago?
Oh, nice.
I guess. Yeah. I went to see Trappist because I knew they were opening, and
that's
I knew
awesome.
Phil.
It's
I
so
knew
good.
Phil already, so I wanted to see Phil's new band, and that's where I met Chris. We were, everybody was just partying, and
yeah,
I was a fangirl, like Chris, and we ended up just like partying at the beer fest.
No,
And then I ran into him the year after at the beer fest again.
Oh, that's wicked. That's crazy. You had a chance to see Trappist. When I was talking with Chris, I'm so into that band. I've had it in my CD player in the truck for a while, and I was like, man, when all this shit blows over, like, please come out to the East Coast and come out with Trappist. But who knows if that'll happen. Somebody Jeff's asking about.
What's up, Jeff? Happy New Year, buddy.
Tales of Terror. I don't know what that is. Have you heard of Tales of Terror?
I'm thinking it's a band that he's referring to, but I could be wrong.
Are they from here?
I don't know. Jeff, where are they from? If it's a band. And Nathan, hello, how are you? Happy New Year, man.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Welcome.
Maybe Jeff will have some more insight on that band. But so were you playing any instruments and stuff when you were younger, or you were just doing this? Nah.
No. I mean, I was always like, I went to private school when I lived in Mexico. I grew up Catholic, as most Mexicans. And at the school I went to, I was in the choir. And then I was in the church choir in Catholic church. I was in that too. So I was always into singing.
Catholic schoolgirls, nothing but trouble.
No doubt.
That's Rubble.
That explains it all, right?
Yeah. I think you've answered every question that I have from this point forward. You're a Catholic schoolgirl. Now I get it.
It all makes sense.
It all makes sense now.
Oh, we get it
now. Jeff is saying that the band is from Sacramento, but 1984.
So he's going way back.
We're going way back. Yeah.
No English then.
That's
true. Yeah. Private school in Mexico at that point still.
Yeah. So you said your family was in Mexicali? Is that what you said? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, me too. I was born over there.
Oh, right on. So I've actually been I've been over the I've been to Baja actually. It was I think it was 2010. So I was over I didn't know that like Mexicali and what's the opposite side of the border?
Calexico.
Yeah, Calexico. Like I was like, oh, that's the thing. Wow, yeah. But I did a motorcycle run to San Felipe and then cross over to Ensenada. This was I think 2010, but it was super rad. Like, and it was like the people in Baja, they just love motorcycles. It was so cool. People were like waving, like, I had a great time. I had a really crazy time actually at Baja.
Our house was on the street where you go get in line to cross the border. So that's when I would see all of the American people was when they were getting ready to cross back Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
So the line would get so long to go back that it would be in front of my house, which is like a few miles away from the actual border.
Yeah.
But it was across the street from the desert, and across the street was the fence.
Wow, that's so crazy. Like I remember going into Mexico was so easy. It was just coming up to the stop and go. This is, like I said, quite a while back, but I remember going in was so easy. They were just like, whatever, come on in. And then coming back into the States was a completely different. So I came back over the Tijuana border, so it was real heavy getting back into the States. That was pretty nice.
I came to the United States illegally. I'm legal now, and whatever. I don't give a but and we crossed, in the car, and then the border patrol will be like, "Where are you going?" And we would cross like once a week to go to Safeway because I like American cereal. We would get all the American networks. I would watch cartoons in English,
Yeah.
And I would see all the commercials for like the cereals and stuff and toys. So my parents would take us across the border to go shopping. So when we went that time, they asked us where we were going, and we said we were going to Disneyland, and we just never came back.
Wow.
We're all
there
going.
You have it.
All going to Disneyland.
Hey,
that's crazy. There's some comments here. I don't. Maybe you'll get. I'm not quite sure. Did you roll your screw it up to a short skirt? I don't know what that is. Maybe Catholic girl stuff. I'm not sure.
So I actually went to a Catholic high school, so I do know what they're talking about.
Really?
She's yeah. Well, yeah. There had to be a certain length, like around the knee.
Oh.
Screw it up.
So certain people. Well, I think I don't know if she has a nickname for her
too
skirt.
little to be.
Yeah.
Yet.
Whoa! There it is. What? That's great.
I love your post tonight, P. Like the I'll be on tonight, but I'm gonna have clothes on.
I fucking hate wearing clothes, dude.
Look at that.
Pandemic fucking did that to me. Where
It's like
really.
It's funny because my daughter runs around the house like that too, and she's like this. She's like 100 degrees, like she's just a little hot furnace. I'm like, I'm like, oh, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like she comes in, she rips her clothes off, and I'm like, she's a little kid, but at some point I'll be like, what the fuck? So.
I don't know how to wear a bra anymore. I had to start wearing a bra like when I started working again, but
my someone made that that reference about wearing masks. I work all day in it, which it's a bitch, but whatever. But so I would come home and fucking take
right.
And well, now you know what it's like to wear a bra.
Fuck yeah.
So I don't know if it's the same, but Dave says,
wow, now we all have the same image that I do.
Dave.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheers to Dave, and cheers to no clothes.
No clothes.
I said less. You know what? Less clothes in 2021. Fuck it. I want to play a clip of the band that you're in, and I want to ask you questions. Is that okay with you?
Oh, okay, sure. I've never seen that before.
Come on, are you serious?
There's a lot of good clips out there.
Huh?
There's a lot of good clips.
Yeah,
out there.
we dig deep. We dig
We
deep.
do.
So that was that's a club in Sacramento, yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace. They fucking closed that shit down permanently. The Press Club.
Was it
that was so much fun
because of COVID recently, or is it, it sucks. Yeah. We're seeing it too out here on the East Coast too, but man, that's too bad. That stinks. So I watched that a couple times. I watched some other stuff, but can you tell us what that song is? Do you know from that little clip? Do you remember what that song is?
That was so all the lyrics I wrote because they're all in Spanish. So the dudes, we had a lady as our drummer when we first started the band, but she moved to Oakland, so that ended that. But they would write the music and then they would just record it, and then I would add the lyrics. But that was that was song number 2. So they all had names, but we would always just say, we would just call them by the numbers.
Yep. Yep.
That was 2. The next song is about animals because I'm vegetarian, and I made that song. I wrote that song about animals, like like taking over and eating us instead, and doing all kinds of stuff to humans, like what we do to them. So like one of the verses is about like an animal skinning a human, like to make a nice coat and make tacos out of you. That's how that was made. I had Richards. I commissioned him to do that for one of our records.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of animals at a carniceria, at a butcher shop, making tacos out of priests.
Wow.
So yeah, I have a thing about obviously.
Well, that's the meaning of the name of your band, right?
Priests making
Is it Dirty Priest?
Dirty Priest.
Yeah, Dirty Priest.
Yeah, no doubt.
How long was Chinacochino a band for? How long were you guys active?
Well, I think our first show was in 2010, maybe.
Yeah. Oh wow, okay.
We opened up for Jucifer at a place here in Sacramento that I don't know if it's around anymore, but it was called On the Y, like the letter Y, which is a weird name. But it was owned by a metal dude. And he let us have all kinds of shows there.
Oh, nice.
And then, because my ex used to have a record label and put shows on here in Sacramento called Blade in Hell. And he would have a monthly metal night there. And then they kind of kicked us out because they said the karaoke people would make more money for them.
Of course they
would. Metal people weren't drinking enough. That the karaoke people drink more, so they.
Yeah, because they got to make it sound better, right? You got to get hammered at the karaoke. You know what I mean? You got to make it sound good.
I don't know if you know this club. Tim was asking about the Ace of Spades. Is that a club near you?
Oh yeah, we call it the Space of AIDS. I'm not a fan, but I don't know if it's still open. I mean, obviously there's no shows, so I don't think it's open. I don't know if it'll reopen.
You just ruined Ace of Spades by Motorhead for me. Just so you know, that's going to be in my head. The Space of AIDS.
I'm sure Mike's saying the same thing, Jim, right now. He's like,
the band was around from then until I divorced my ex. So the band went with the divorce. But he didn't tell me that. Like, he told me that the guys, like, that they got together.
Yeah.
And that they didn't want me in the band anymore. So he came home and told me that they kicked me out.
Oh.
So then I thought they all wanted to kick me out.
Yeah.
And then I saw them at a show and I was like, fuck you guys. And they're like, why? So why'd you kick me out? They're like, no, we didn't. We told him that we didn't want to keep the band going without you.
Oh, man.
But he came home to tell me that they all hated me.
So you guys, when you were playing, that's fucked up. Yeah. So you obviously had a chance to play out, though. You guys were doing bars, and I don't know if there was a couple of any bigger venues, but were you gigging pretty regularly at that point?
Yeah. We
Mike.
What?
Gotta show that.
I'll sing the Space of AIDS for the remainder of my life.
He usually sings that song.
We played out of town a few times too. We got invited to play in San Francisco by Iron Man Moving Company. Like, he would put on a show every year in memory of his friend that passed away. So we went and did that, and then I bought a human skeleton. Online in Tacoma, Washington.
Nice.
So I was like, hey guys, how about we go and play, I don't know, Seattle and Oregon. They're like, okay. Oh, by the way, can we stop by this place in Tacoma and pick up a skeleton? They're like, all right.
You're like, I gotta pick up.
Is
I
that
gotta
the
go to
same-
Washington to pick up some bones, man? And they're like, yeah, I'm down with that. No problem.
She's in the living room. Her name is Mary, and she has a peg leg.
I saw pictures of it.
Yeah, you actually were. That's the picture I saw of the interview. I think you did a few years back with.
For
yes,
the Sacramento News and Review. Yeah,
that's it. Right on. So Mary is the name of this guy.
She's here.
I have a picture of a band you might recognize, and maybe you do. Tell me if you know these guys or you recognize them.
Oh, Matalochi?
Yeah,
we played with them.
I know.
Did you?
Yeah.
So the reason, if you look, there's this white dude in the middle or on the side sticking his tongue out. That's me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's it.
So I actually played with Matalochi too. I play in a retro 80s metal and rock cover band. So they came to this little bar out here in Connecticut and at Cafe 9, and we played the same kind of music. Like we played like Sabbath and Priest and Maiden and stuff. So the bar owner set it up and she thought it was pretty fitting. So yeah, we opened, and that was actually those guys were so awesome. Really nice dudes. They loved
my best memory of playing with them was that they didn't care about drinking, and we did. So they were like, you guys can have all our beer. We're like, oh my God. So they we hung out with them in the green room. All they really cared about was the chicks. There was a bunch of chicks there, and they're like, just leave us the chicks. You guys can have the beer. We're like, okay, deal. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a really good time. We got pretty crazy. Not necessarily with those, because I mean my cover band gets kind of nuts anyways. Actually, Mike was the one that said he will sing the Space of AIDS. That's my guitarist actually. So that's
I got kicked out of that place several times. That's why I guess I'm a little butthurt about it.
Gotcha. So we the songs that you wrote for Chinacochino, like you were saying, they're pretty heavy, mostly about a lot about death.
Yeah, so my work influenced that a lot.
Yeah, which is definitely what I want to ask you about, and what it is you do for work. I know a little bit, but it's still like a kind of foreign thing to me. Like I follow you on Instagram now, but it's still really intriguing work, and I don't know a lot about it. So if you want to give us a brief about it, and then we definitely have some questions for you.
Okay, so I am a crematory operator currently. I work at a high volume place, so like there's a shit ton of funeral homes all over the place.
Yeah,
but a lot of them is just a little office with a phone and computer. Yeah. They're not allowed to like have a prep room, have a crematory. Yep. So what we do is we cremate bodies for funeral homes all over Northern California, because we have 4 machines side by side, which is like rarely seen. I mean, sometimes people have 1 if they're lucky, because that's another thing. It's a city thing, a county thing.
Yeah.
They don't let you burn bodies just like anywhere. Oh. So usually they place us in like industrial area, like by the dump.
Wow.
So
crazy.
Yeah. So where I work, there's 4 machines, and one of them is bigger than the rest. Yeah. We're the only ones that have a big machine like that. It handles 1,000 pounds. Oof. And there's a hell of a lot of people that are fucking huge, dude. And that's why my back is all fucked up, because like a lot of people think, like, I don't know, that like the bodies get loaded on like a fancy machine. You just push a button and it like goes in by itself. No, it's all manpower, dude. We have to like physically fucking push you in there.
No doubt.
And it's fucking scary because it can get caught like on the floor of the machine. It's like you got to think about it kind of like, you know, it's wear and tear.
Yeah.
And you get potholes, you know, on the floor.
Yeah. Got it.
So then the box could go in and get caught on the floor.
Damn.
And if they're heavy as fuck, you're fucked. This has happened to me in the past. Where I worked at this janky ass place that like the machines were all fucked up, and I went to put in a big man. He was probably like 260, but he was really tall.
Yeah.
So that's like that also sucks.
Yeah.
Because I'm 5'3". I'm like, you know. And, I went to load this guy and he got caught on the floor. He was not moving. I tried to pull him back out so then I could like maybe like get over the hole.
Yeah.
But he was stuck. He was really stuck. The machine ignited. There was flames coming out, and this machine was tall.
My God.
So then the flames were like coming out like on my face. I was getting burned, so I couldn't close the door. And I was like, oh my God, how fucking embarrassing is this gonna be if the fucking place fucking goes up in flames and it's all my fault. Oh my God, I don't want to be known as that guy. So then I waited for the box to burn enough for me to close the door.
No shit.
No doubt.
But dude, I fucking puked and I thought I was gonna piss my pants. I cried and then I went back to work.
Yeah.
Wow. So is that like a conveyor belt that thing gets on and it goes through?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's just on a lift or a rack or a little like cart.
Oh,
so
wow.
The way you get it to go in is you put a cardboard roller, kind of like what's in the middle of like toilet paper. But
yeah.
So you put that down on the floor, and then as soon as the body hits it in the box or casket, then it like should smoothly roll in.
Gotcha.
But sometimes the roller fucking just keeps rolling.
Damn.
It doesn't. There's a little groove that you put the roller on, but if like so then there's air, there's gas, there's all kinds of stuff going on. So sometimes the air, when you pull the door up and then you put the roller down, that like there could be a little draft coming in from who knows where. Will make the roller fucking just keep going. You're fucked. You're fucked.
So how long you been doing this type of work for? Has it been a couple of years or?
I started, so I tried to get a job in a funeral home since I lived in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
When I was
like a teenager, right?
Yeah. When I was a teen P, I would go and like I would knock on funeral doors and be like, hey, can I get a job? I'll like clean your toilets. I don't care. I just wanted to get my foot in the door.
What was the draw or the interest?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Same thing.
I don't know. I've always kind of been attracted to the imagery of it, like just like black and like spooky. You know, I don't know. Death is cool, and so yeah, I tried to get a job and they were like, you're crazy, get out of here, go to school.
Yeah.
So then when I tried to sign up for school, I found out that there was a mortuary college in San Francisco. Like the whole school was just that in this beautiful fucking building that was like dark gray and spooky.
Yeah.
And they're like, we had to close down. There's not enough people signing up. We moved to Sacramento. Oh, okay. At that point, I'd never been to Sacramento. I was like, who? And then like a couple of years went by, and that's when I ended up meeting my ex, who is from here.
Yep.
I was like, oh, okay, maybe I was meant to just go to Sacramento and start going to school over there. So I signed up for funeral service education. And I started going to school for it. And at that point, I thought I wanted to be a funeral director or an embalmer. Not knocking on those jobs.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was so many other things I could do.
I mean, who would have known, right? I mean, seriously, though, like, you don't.
No, I was like, oh, that's all I can do. Mortuary science. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, Christine. There you go. Boom.
So, I started going to school for it. And then one of the classes was anatomy, for funeral services. And at that point, you could only do like animal stuff, and I was already vegetarian, so I was like, ooh, I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to do the like animal lab stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it just happened to be that they started a new class, which involved human cadavers, cadaver lab. And
Cadaver Lab. Good band name, Cadaver Lab.
So they had the lab at the county coroner, which is right down the street from my house. But we weren't allowed to see what was going on in there. But once I set foot in there and I peeked, I wasn't supposed to look. What I saw changed everything. Fucking everything. I saw this girl with loppers, like garden loppers.
Oh, man.
Cutting ribs. And then next to her, I saw a girl fucking cutting a skull open. I was like, that's what I want to do. I don't want to hand out tissue to fucking crying families. I want to cut people open.
Got it. But now, how old were you when that happened?
Oh, that was in 2009?
Okay, so not that long.
You do the math.
Yeah, I got you. I already got you. We're good. That's about 30, give or take a year or two.
So I talked to the people working at the morgue, the coroner morgue, and I was like, what's up, you guys? They're like, we have a list that you can sign up to be an intern. So you work for us for free, and we'll teach you whatever you want. So I signed up, and I waited for a call, and then months later, I think a year went by, and they called me, and they asked me if I wanted to do an internship. It would be once a week for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I started going. And then they're like, you don't need to keep going to school if you don't want to, right?
Wow.
It's like, no, I don't want to keep going to school. If I could get this job without going to school. And they're like, yeah, just keep coming here. And I quit school, and I was just doing that. But then I fucked up, you guys.
Oh, what happened?
I went and found a job doing removals, like picking up bodies, because I wanted more and more. That wasn't enough for me. Like just going once a week, I couldn't wait. So I ended up getting a job picking up bodies, but then the guy that hired me ended up getting the contract with the coroner to pick up their bodies. And part of the contract was that they couldn't hire each other's people.
Oh, right.
So then I couldn't get hired to work at the morgue full time.
Gotcha.
Because I started working for this other motherfucker. But then he had the contract for another coroner to provide them with morgue workers.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that the guy working at the morgue, running the morgue at Placer County, which is the next county over, Auburn, had to have surgery and needed to be out for 3 months recovery. So they sent me and I took over the morgue.
Wow.
And I was doing autopsies with the doctors.
So
wow.
All this
I wanted to ask you about that, actually.
Yeah.
Jim, what were you going to say, Jim? Sorry.
Well, like all this stuff it seems like it was a lot of just like hands-on experience, apprenticeship type stuff without any, is there any like you get to a point where you get like some kind of certification or something, or is it just this?
No, it's just, it's hands-on. Yeah. And then like, I don't know, you just, as long as people like you, then they'll keep teaching you.
They're like, come on, keep cutting skulls up. That's
funny though, because it's something that sounds like going forward then as a profession or a craft, it's got to be sort of handed down versus learned like in a classroom or a lab or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So that was.
Hey, Dimitri, how are you, man?
Like, that's where I saw my most favorite dead bodies to this day was at the morgue, helping the doctors. And the doctors are hella cool too, where they're like, they're fucking sick of doing that shit. So they're just like, go ahead and like, remove all those organs. And like, so what do you think happened to this guy? Like,
wow. The removal is part of prepping a body. Is that for prepping a body for show, for like a wake and stuff?
No, these are full-on investigations from the county where either you died a suspicious death.
Oh shit.
So like the people we were cutting open were all people where we're trying to find out why you died. Right. So it wasn't natural death, like old people, nothing like that. It was like we wanted to take all your your fluids. Like we would take your blood and pee and puke and all that to send it to the lab to see everything you were on. If maybe that's what caused you to die. And then that's in a county where we have a really famous, really high bridge called my mind just went fucking blank. But it's a bridge that a lot of people choose to fucking jump off.
Oh, yes.
And commit suicide. Yeah. And there's no water really at the bottom. And it's like you think, okay, cause of death is pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that county, so it varies by county. Some counties are just like, okay, suicide. We don't need to cut you open. We don't need to spend time figuring it out. But this particular county still did an autopsy on you.
So still adorable, even though
she is adorable.
Chopping up bodies.
Mr. P being adorable. Thank you, Mary.
Like a fucking pancake, dude. And we still had to like do a full autopsy on you.
But that's got to be requested, right?
No, this is all county stuff.
So I got
the county turns you down for an autopsy and you're like a family that's like insisting that the county's wrong, you have to pay for someone to do an autopsy, a private one.
Gotcha. Okay.
So now this is your current work too. Like you're still doing that aspect of it as well as the
now I'm just cooking.
She's cooking.
Now it's strictly.
Yes.
So I want to ask you about like prep for a body that's going to get cremated because because I am interested, because that's going to be my choice when my time comes. But is there, like, because you're talking about, a lot of the dissection or removing organs for investigation, this and that. But what's it come down to when this body is going to be cremated? Is there any prep, or it's just like,
nope,
push them in there?
No, and like, so before COVID, I would have to open up the body bag, check you, make sure there's no jewelry, no like funny stuff in there that's gonna hurt the machine, possibly.
Yeah.
And double identify you. Make sure you are you.
Yeah.
But ever since COVID, we're not allowed to even open up the body bag.
Oh wow!
So I just have to.
Wow.
We have to trust that the driver that brought you in brought in the right body.
Yeah.
Oh
and
wow!
Put the tag on you with your name on it.
Wow.
So that's all I do now is like I have to check the tag, make sure that it's your name against the permit, because you have to have a permit.
Yeah.
And then I just throw you in there.
So you've got a bunch of photos that, like, there's some shit discovered after the body is cremated.
Oh yeah, the metal that comes out and stuff.
Do you know the temperature of the heat that burns the body? Is it like
crazy? So I have to preheat the machine to 1600 degrees.
1600.
Yeah. As soon as it hits 1600, then I open the door and I push you in. And the fucking cool part about this particular place that I work at is that the machines are like, I'm going to compare it to like the machines at the old place are like a gremlin, I guess. And the machines at this place are like
Godzilla.
They're like the best machines. Like a really fast sports car versus like something that
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So you got yourself a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Versus someone going around with the real like hoopty like old school Chevette, right?
I love popcorn. So what's cool about these machines at this place, they have a big ass looking glass. It's like that big.
Yeah.
So then you just flip the lid and I can see you burning, dude. It's so cool. Because I couldn't see that before.
Oh shit.
I was just gonna ask, so that's new. That's a new feature.
That's new to me.
Wow.
To you. Okay.
Yeah. Because that's the other place I worked at. One of them didn't have a looking glass. The other machine had one, but it was like kind of like what's
crematory
like a little.
But this place is so fucking badass, dude. And the other badass thing about it is that the 4 machines are next to each other.
Yeah.
So then I line up 4 bodies and then I just fucking throw them in one after the other. And
all right. So let me ask you another quick question. So on a given day, how many bodies are you burning? Like, would you say on average?
So there's 3 shifts.
Yep.
And the morning guy does 8. The next guy does 4. And I do another 8.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
like every day we do 20.
Wow.
Oh, you do at least. Oh, wow.
Not at least. We do 20. So that's the thing that I was telling you earlier, that all these funeral homes don't have a retort.
Yep.
We have 4, and we're the only ones that have the big machine.
Gotcha.
So maybe
you're in the perfect place for you right now.
You have a retort, but it can't handle anybody that's like over 300 pounds. Only like little people. So they bring them to us to burn. So like any day, any fucking given day, the morning guy puts in like 3 or 4 people that are like over 400 or 500 pounds, dude.
Really?
Oh my God, they're so big.
You know, Dave had a question. So Dave's question was,
Oh,
do fat people burn faster? Now I don't know.
No, dude. So you do the math like this. It takes about 100. It's an hour for every 100 pounds.
At 1600 degrees.
wow.
Yeah.
An hour.
Oh, and it gets hotter than that.
That's
Once
crazy.
you're in there, it goes up to 2,000. Once it hits 2,000, then it starts regulating itself because computers, man. But yeah. And then women burn hotter than men because we
really
have fat on us than guys. So the rule is you gotta put in your heaviest woman first. Yeah.
There's a rule?
You got
Oh yeah, there's rules.
Oh my God.
you have so you got all the rules, so to speak, and statistics and stuff that comes along with your job. Obviously, it seems like you're into it. It seems like you enjoy it. Yeah.
I love my job. I fucking love my job.
But do you have to find this like separation of an emotional attachment for what you do because you're like burning bodies? Is there some kind of like separation, or do you go into it with some kind of way to be like, you know, what, I don't know, some ritual like, sorry dude, you know, hope you're having a good next life or anything? I don't know.
Like my coworkers make fun of me because I talk to the people.
Yeah.
I talk to them. I talk to the machines because they get fussy too. Yeah. They're like, yeah, like they have enough and they start acting up. They will. That's another thing you gotta watch for is if you have smoke coming out of the stack. Yeah. So only like a little bit of smoke is acceptable.
Yeah.
And then you got people that are driving by and that call 911. They're like, oh my God, there's a fire.
Yeah, right.
So you gotta there's all kinds of shit that you have to watch out for. No doubt. But as far as being attached, since COVID, I don't get to see your face anymore.
Yeah.
But when I did used to have to see your face, that would fuck me up.
It was a little heavier, right?
That sucked. And then if I learned what happened to you, like if I would be in communication with the funeral directors, then that would suck too.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know. They just bring them and I don't really have to look at you.
Right, because you're not involved with the autopsy part or any of that anymore. Because you're not involved with the autopsy part anymore. Like you're just
that was a separate job. That was a totally different place.
Yeah.
And then there was something that happened in between too, between me working at the morgue and doing cremations. I was doing brain removals for science.
I read about that.
University for Alzheimer's research.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was doing that too. And that I love doing that because a doctor taught me how to do everything. I had to remove the brain as close to time of death as possible. So I was on call. I spent a couple of Christmases with people, like with dead people. Yeah. It was like that was pretty sad. But what was I telling you? I don't even remember. Well, I was gonna tell you that like I've done it. I've done a lot of it. I've done a lot of the different aspects of the industry. And I have learned from doing almost everything except embalming because I don't really care about chemicals and
sure.
Not a lot of people are getting embalmed anymore because they're getting embalmed to be buried. Who can afford a fucking grave anymore?
So are you crazy busy? Have you noticed personally the increase in deaths with with COVID?
Oh
Like,
my God, yes. Everyone has in the industry. Everybody's like, we all look at each other and we're like, oh my God, dude, when the fuck is this gonna slow down?
Yeah.
Because like we had to close our doors between Christmas and like the 3rd of January because we ran out of space. And then everybody else is running out of space. And then I talked to the drivers and they're like, oh my God, dude, I just came from blah, blah hospital.
Right.
And they're like, they don't know where to put the dead people.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah, it's tough. I know. I think down in Southern California too, it's like really, really bad.
Yeah. California is fucking so crazy right now, dude.
Yeah.
And then I've cremated 2 couples so far, like a husband and wife.
That's crazy.
That died from COVID.
I mean, I guess that's like what I was saying before. Like you sound like you're kind of tuned in. You're aware. Like you're not just like, oh, here's another body, boom. You're like,
no, not at all.
This is a husband and wife. I have to do my job. So I guess that's what I was. Is there, aside from talking to the bodies or the machines, is there anything else that kind of helps you, just keep moving through your workday, or
singing, music, dancing? I dance around the bodies and the machines, not like in like a dumb way. I don't know.
I mean, anything that you've posted or talked about, I feel like you obviously have this connection and respect to your work and to death. I mean, it's like it sounds like you had this attraction to getting into this kind of thing and to like the funeral homes and this and that, and it was kind of fearless and accepting, because like a lot of people are just like, they don't want to talk about this stuff, and they
don't, and it's like, think I'm scary. They're like, they think I'm weird and all this stuff, but somebody has to do it.
That's the fact right there. Someone has to do it.
Yeah.
And the way I see it is like, I would want my loved ones to be taken care by somebody that shows respect.
This is perfect, because Jeff just asked this question. I wanted to ask you this too. So Jeff says, I was curious. I know Jim mentioned. So a body to be cremated with someone you knew, would you do the work, or would you have someone else do it? That's almost like a doctor, I guess, operating on a family member or something.
I've done it, Jeff.
Yeah. You have?
Jeff Coleman, I have. Yeah. I've cremated a friend. I've cremated my best friend's dad. That was the hardest. I've cremated a friend's dad. Everyone that knows me will call me when they need me. And they're like, I don't expect you to do it, but I would rather have you do it than anybody else. And of course,
Cheers, Dave.
I have to.
Yeah, I think I know one of my buddies jumped on, Lenny Lapoli. He works in a funeral home. He does embalming and stuff, and he shared with me once. Hopefully, he doesn't mind if I say it. That I believe when we chatted, when his mom passed, he wanted to do it. He wanted to do his work. He wanted to do the
you don't want anybody else touching your loved ones.
But he did have a tough time. He said he did his work, and then he said he ended up at the bar that night. Yeah, going back quite a few, because it was a pretty heavy experience for him.
Whiskey gets me through a lot of it. Yeah.
No doubt. But yeah, I read, because like, you had said before about, you love your job. And then obviously what you were just talking about, the respect for the dead. I do remember reading that same newspaper up there in Sacramento, you had done with the picture with the skeleton. And you talked about like really like taking the time during like the brain extraction and some stuff where you'd braid the hair, or you would do certain things like comb the hair. And it was like, I mean, again, I'm sure not everybody takes that same sort of pride and you know, has that same respect like you do, but like it was interesting to just read how much like caring you put into it, you know, overall.
I do.
And it's really fascinating because I would think most people would probably not bother. And it seems like you do.
No,
almost with every person.
Shit. He would be like, I'm not paying you to fuck around like that. But I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Karma, I'm a big believer of that. And this motherfucker has it coming. Not my current boss. My current boss is totally nice, but my old boss, dude.
Yeah, I'm a karma believer too.
Christine's asking about a death cafe. I don't know what that is. That sounds wild.
Where's that?
I've never heard of it.
Christine,
you need to elaborate.
That's every day I bring my coffee to work.
That's right.
That's pretty good. You're right.
So you think I think it's great that you have like your own way in a sense of doing things and doing different things with the bodies or before you cremate someone. But is there any do you think there's a stigma about dying and death and that especially now, like that could be destroyed or be done with? Like a lot of people have this fear of dying or fear of what happens to us. Is there anything that we could is there something we could do to like get rid of that stuff? Because you're around it all the time. You're dealing with it, and it's a job, but you also do it very respectfully. Like, I don't know, maybe something you could add to take away some fear about it or something. I don't really know.
Well, no. I mean, I think you know, I don't think you should be afraid of it.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Like, I'm like, hey, come and take me away. I'm right here. But it just doesn't happen. I think it happens to people that are scared for it to happen.
Yeah.
So here's a question though. So interestingly enough, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Netflix just released this show called I believe it's called Surviving Death. And it's a show all about death and people who've had near-death experiences and groups and that help along with all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, what do you have a thought on what happens? Like, where do you have, you know, like example, like the very first episode of this show, a woman was in Chile, I believe, and she was on this kayaking trip and she got caught going down like this 50-foot waterfall. And the force of the water forced her all the way down, and she got trapped.
Oh wow!
To the point where she suffocated, stopped breathing, broke all the bones in her lower legs. She was dead for 30 minutes, but wow. she lived, and she was interviewed, and she told her story of what was happening during that time, right? And she described it as this very similar thing we all hear about, like energy and like lights and a tube and, you know, getting to see familiar faces. And then she at some point actually found herself literally hovering above, watching all the kayakers trying to rescue her and revive her. So she was dead for 30 minutes. She was in the middle of some friggin' jungle in Chile. Like, and by the time she was actually resuscitated, she survived, no brain damage. Like, you look at her and you would think that absolutely nothing happened to her. And it's mind-boggling because, I mean, it's not like this just happened and she's just making it up. There was witnesses.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but she was literally dead for 30 minutes. But she's alive and she had this whole story to tell about it. So I was just curious about like what your thought was around, like, do you believe in, you know, that life after death, or, you know?
Oh yeah, I've had I am a true believer of that because I had a past life reading done to me for me, and in every single one of my past lives, I've been with my mother. I lost my mother in 2010. And that, I think that has a lot to do with how I am now.
Yeah.
Because of losing her. I'm always thinking about her, and I'm always putting myself in the position of the family members of the people that I'm taking care of. Like, I'm going to treat your loved one like I would want my mother to be treated.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's that. And then I've had my own experiences where, like, when I was born, I was pretty much dead. And then I've had all kinds of shit happen to me where I almost died. And I'm still here. So I'm feeling like there's a reason why I'm still here. And the reason is because I want to help you get over to the other side. And there is another side. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's super.
Well said.
We definitely had a lot of comments coming.
Yeah, a lot of stuff was fired in.
We're getting kind of heavy there for a minute.
It's all good.
Yeah, people on the other side come to greet you. Christine was talking about a couple of near-death experiences. Jeff brought it up as well. Ricky said we return to the source. The universe is part of its self-awareness.
Yeah.
Dimitri was asking if you ever had any experiences with energy.
Dude, Dimitri, yes. This happened to me like was it last month? That shit was fucking scary, dude.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, I believe it that somebody followed me home where that has never happened before, or if it has, I wasn't aware of it. But this time it was fucked up.
And this is just like a week, like 2 weeks ago, a week. Or...
It was like last month
Wow.
that somebody was fucking whispering in my fucking ear. And I went back to work. And I talked to the girls at work, and I said, I think somebody followed me home. And they're like, and then I told people on Instagram, and everybody was like, do, burn sage and do this and do that. And
wow.
Yeah, I do believe that. But I don't think it has happened as much as I'm not going to say it should, because I don't want it to.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm super nice to everybody. I'm super sweet to all the bodies, and
Do you think like you're talking about like burning sage and stuff, and I think we definitely adapt some ideas or like rituals from other cultures. Do you think we need more of that stuff to be fearless about death in the States, especially? Like, should people be more open to ritualistic kind of stuff to kind of help us deal with things and be like,
absolutely,
that happens,
No, yeah, dude. Like, I think that's what's going on now, and that's what's so wrong right now is that a lot of people don't know people that have died from COVID, for example.
Right.
So they're like, oh, it's not real.
Oh,
yeah.
No, they're exaggerating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just going to keep getting worse because people are just not believing it. Like, how can it be fake? It can't be.
I mean, you're seeing it firsthand. If anybody is, you're
exactly.
at the bottom end of it that takes care of the people that have died from whatever, and now especially COVID. So you're seeing it. So the real fucking deal.
Oh,
and then you also have like people that there's stuff wrong with that's not necessarily COVID.
Yeah.
But they're too scared to go to the hospital because they don't want to get COVID. And then they end up dying because they didn't go get care.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Rick, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. Like you talk about like real deal stuff. Rick is talking about family members.
It's so real. It's like you can't. Come on, how can you fake it? You have to have a death certificate. You have to have a permit. And it says it on there. Like, what? You have to have a doctor sign it, and then the state will issue your permit of disposition.
Yeah,
why would they be like, oh, died from, I don't know, something else when it's that? No, you can't fake it. You can't.
I would agree.
Can't fake it.
No, you can't.
No.
I'm gonna do a quick crush, kill, destroy promo. What are you drinking? What'd you end up getting?
You never
to drink, by
found
the
out
way?
what kind of beer that was. I was
Yeah,
Oh
curious.
no, I can't tell you because it's cheap beer.
You can tell. What? You can totally tell us.
Are we
No.
talking like domestic cheap beer?
Yeah, Brother Dodge would be pissed if I
That's
I am
true.
drinking this though.
What you got there? Bullet?
Oh,
yeah.
shit, yeah.
Is that
Right
your
on.
is that your whiskey of choice? Are you a Bullet girl?
Yeah, it depends on the day.
Okay.
Yeah, today.
Okay. Oh,
uh,
my dog's barking. Sorry. Heady Topper. Love it. That's good
Yeah,
stuff. Aaron's
it's like
got
a
some
little pee break.
Oh, you
pea
want
break.
Yeah, for sure. We got I could do I can do a
That's perfect timing. My dog's barking like crazy because my daughter's coming home.
dog's going. Well, I could do a promo, and actually, there's some other stuff we could talk about, and we get back to it. Yeah, you need a pee break.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a pee break.
All right.
See?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a bunch of people jump on tonight. Dimitri said it's intermission.
Right.
Super awesome, man.
No, fantastic. No, and
We have, you know what, Corey? I was going to say it's probably a great time to bring up the T-shirt contest. And
oh yeah, we cannot forget about that.
yeah, anybody watching, please, like let your friends know. So I think the last time I talked about the
It's good beer, Jeff, at Athletic.
Yeah. Oh, Athletic's awesome, man. So if anybody with us watching right now, if you can send the message to your friends, your artist friends, there is a contest, a t-shirt design contest that's going on right now for ckdclothing.com, and the inspiration to draw from is the motto "Be the Storm." That's going to be a new CKD t-shirt. So I'll play this little promo quick, and then we'll just elaborate on the contest, if that's cool, Corey.
Let's do it, man. Loving it.
I think
if only I had any artistic ability.
Yeah, Dimitri's going to enter with a stick figure.
I can get some killer vibes in my head.
Yeah, I'll definitely be posting more stuff about the contest and how to get into it and everything. But I think I had a couple of messages. People are interested. So I know typically as an artist, when it gets down to like last minute, I'm usually submitting stuff. So I'm guessing that.
Well, and to that point, right, we have till the end of the month for submissions, right? End of January.
Yeah, and if need be, I can extend it, but to the end of the month for sure. Yeah.
So for everyone on, just share the the post that Jimmy put out there, right? Like get it out to as many people, and hopefully they'll keep sharing it and all that other stuff. Because we want to try to really get some reach on this thing and bring in as many people as possible. So.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely have more info about it, but yeah, share alike, and
She's back.
Do that thing.
What up? Come on, buddies. Come on.
Yeah, I saw earlier, and I've seen on your some of your posts. You have some dachshunds, I believe, right? At least one dachshund.
I have one brown wiener.
Yeah.
And then I have a Butters.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, they're cute dogs, and I'm like, yeah, there you go.
That's
so
Daisy Duke.
There you go. So if my
That's
I don't know if my
Daisy Duke.
sister's
Daisy
watching,
Duke.
but my sister loves the wiener dogs. Huge fan. So I don't know if she's watching, but yeah.
She's got a wiener dog tattoo, doesn't she?
Oh wow!
Of Maggie, the first pet like we really had. Was
way back. Yeah.
And that's her like one and only tattoo is a little portrait of Maggie. Yeah,
I have that's Butters.
Oh, nice. Did you collect most of your artwork out in California? You getting tattooed by artists out there? You getting tattooed anywhere else? Or?
Oh, that art. Yeah.
Tattoo art.
Come on, look at that.
I know, you got some art back there too.
That's a real pogo. That's
no doubt
a real Gacy.
Someone mentioned that earlier. They were digging it. I forget who said that, but they were like, was it Herman?
Yeah, it was real. Herman. That's probably like my most prized possession after the house.
That's crazy.
And then that's a real death mask.
Oh wow!
Like it has her real hair.
Jim, you'd love that one, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herman's reacting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hi, Herman.
What up, Herman?
Crazy.
You did, yes, you did.
It was Herman. Yeah.
But my tattoos are mostly from Tim Lehigh.
Oh, right on, yeah.
When he was still here in California.
Yeah, very familiar with Tim's work.
And then I have some Jeff Whitehead.
Oh, nice.
And most recent, I have Freddie Corbin. There it is.
Wow, you got a Freddie Corbin tattoo. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's all, those
fucking freehanded Freddie, dude. He freehanded all that shit.
Those are all names that I identify with because I've been tattooing for quite a while and
He's been tattooing. We got our first tattoos together when we were 20.
Yeah.
I got my first tattoo at 13.
Right on. But all those names, Freddie Corbin, Jeff Whitehead, those are names that I grew up with. Well, not grew up with, but I got when I was getting into tattooing. There were guys that I was following. I mean, I've been tattooing for almost 27 years.
Awesome.
And I actually
have one more question about that Gacy picture.
Yeah.
How did you secure the Gacy piece?
I got it from a collector in I think he's in New York or New Jersey. Gutter Christ.
Huh?
He's a collector. He has all kinds of fucking serial killer shit, but I guess he was hard up for money a few years ago and said that he was interested in selling that guy for money orders.
Calvin knows that guy because I think I remember Calvin mentioning that name. Gutter Christ.
Oh yeah, I should actually. Yeah,
you know what I mean. I remember us having a conversation one day, and that name just sounds familiar. That's so funny.
Yeah, you guys know the bands like turn the what is it like? Fucking what is it like? Call the paramedics. They're not around anymore.
That I'm not familiar
Eat
with.
the turnbuckle.
That's familiar.
That's a great sound. That's a great name. Eat the turnbuckle.
Yeah, so like those guys are now like wrestlers and stuff. Like
that's a
wrestling City.
The turnbuckle is a wrestling thing. That's why that's so cool.
That's so crazy.
I would keep under lock and key. Yeah, I bet
you would. Other cool stuff. I have
nice.
Lou Rasconi did that.
That's awesome.
You know him?
That's wild.
So cool.
That is a killer wall. You got some great stuff up there.
That's one thing I definitely.
It all has to be in here because I am. I'm still living with my ex-husband.
You are.
I put everything in here because I lock up this room and this is where I get away.
That's your space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to kind of create that kind of space, especially stuff that you collect and you love. I think it's awesome. That's one thing in the past. The last almost a year now since COVID happened. I mean, my shop was shut down for a couple months. Artists were struggling, anybody in the service industry, and it was like I was able to slow down and reach out to a lot of artists, and I actually did the same thing. I started collecting a lot of fine art from people that I was following years and years ago. Now I have this time and I slowed down. I'm like, I see all these big name tattooers or fine artists. They're selling shit because everyone's trying to survive. And I'm like, what? I want to support this person. And, but you collect this stuff and it does create this this atmosphere. Like Christine said, it's your lady cave.
Yeah, lady cave.
It is my lady cave.
The lady cave. Come on down to the lady cave.
Yeah, dude, I keep buying stuff for my friends too.
It's awesome to know that you can collect something meaningful and then also support some local artists or artists abroad and friends too. It's awesome. Yeah.
I had an appointment with Tim.
Oh, right on.
And it was in October. But I ended up getting this job at the end of September and wasn't about to be like, hey guys, I'm gonna take a week off to go get tattooed. So I had to postpone. But he's this is the most I don't know. I'm really nervous about this tattoo I'm getting next because it's probably gonna hurt the most out of all of them. I'm getting my inner thighs done.
Yeah, that's a rough spot.
That's a tough spot.
Yeah. So that's not why I not canceled it, but postponed it. But yeah, that's next.
You'll be all right. You can do it.
You'll rock it. You'll be just fine.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Swear a lot. Just swear like crazy while they're doing it.
No, Tim will be like, shut up.
Did you have you had a chance to go to many tattoo conventions on the West Coast in California? Like,
I worked Tattoo the Earth for Paul Booth.
Yeah, right on. Oh yeah,
I worked that was what, like when I was like 20 or something.
Oh yeah,
that was a long
I worked in California. I did the Music Festival.
Oh, where was that?
It was in Orange County somewhere. And music, and I also worked on the is it what's the ship out there? The Queen Mary. That's
Long Beach.
Yeah, I worked the Long Beach Tattoo Convention 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was a volunteer at Tattoo the Earth in Oakland.
Oh, nice.
And this photographer asked to photograph me in like a locker room.
Really?
I know, dude. If we're gonna get into those stories, there's a ton of those. But anyway, I went and got photographed in this locker room. Whatever. I never thought about it again. And then, like a year later, one of my friends that lives in Mexico said, hey, I was just at the grocery store and, well, you're on the cover of a magazine.
Oh, wow. No shit.
Yeah.
So it turns out that guy sold my picture to a Mexican tattoo magazine.
Wow.
And they put me on the cover and as the centerfold.
Wow.
And, she ended up mailing it to me. And then I contacted them and I was like, hey, that's me. So they sent me 3 copies.
Yay!
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Whoa, you go, guys. Wow. That's wild. That's a crazy story.
So I want to ask you, there's with what you do for work and going into it and kind of having to go into it in a positive aspect because it's what you do for a living, and like earlier talking about death and realizing that it's something that all of us have to face. Is there something we need to kind of rethink going in or facing it or accepting it, that we can look at it in more of a positive light that can remove this fear for all of us and be like, this is a part of life. Everyone has to face it at some point, which I always think it's like, hey, it's the great equalizer. Everyone's got all these differences about this and that, whatever it may be, but it's like, in the end, we're all going to either be in the dirt or we're going to be pushed into the crematory doors,
and hopefully not get stuck in the pothole.
Yeah. So I want to make sure if I end up living in California, I'll go on a diet so that you can push me in the pocket.
So, dude, that's the other thing. Since I'm the 3rd shift, I do all the smaller cases, so they're 200 pounds and under. So that means I get stuck cremating kids and babies and fetuses.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm only saying that because of what your question was. And I think my outlook is different than if I had children myself.
Yeah. Sure.
So like,
it makes total sense.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like, I don't see it the way you do, I'm sure, because you have kids.
Correct.
And you have something to look forward to and want to be there for.
Right.
Where like, I'm not saying I don't have anything to look forward to, but I don't have people depending on me. So I think that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Too. And so like, I would encourage people with kids to just stay positive as much as you can, so then they can too.
Yeah.
Like, I could not imagine having kids right now.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
But
dude, that's a great. That's so mind blowing. Like,
it's crazy.
How do you explain this shit to them?
It's crazy.
It's not easy.
So I feel you. I fucking feel you guys. I really
do.
The thing, though, that's interesting about your question, Jim, like, not to get like too, I love this conversation, like, but not to get too deep about the whole thing, but like, but is it really death, right? Or is it more loss? Because, like, you know, that instance of the fact of like dying, right? You know, I mean, some people, they suffer longer term issues, and you know, like my father's been dealing with a stroke forever, and it's a long term, like,
man,
you know what I mean? Versus like, you know, things that happen more immediate. But it's like, to me, like, I think of more of like, when I was younger, death was definitely more like scary. But as I've gotten older, it's like, it's like, I think Keanu Reeves said something like he's that guy. It's amazing what he's dealt with in terms of loss, right? So he had a wife that died.
Crazy.
I think a child, something, like, he's had these major things that happen. What he was quoted as saying is like, it's the person that's gone. Like, if we believe in this life after death thing, they're fine. Fine. But it's those left behind that have to deal with all of that unknown and the loss.
Yeah.
That's what makes it hard. Right. And then over time it gets better. Right. But that's the interesting thing about like watching that Netflix show, because it was like watching this woman go through her story. You're just like, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to believe. But if that's really over there, it's like, it does make you feel like, man, maybe, I mean, when it happens, it's not so bad or anything to really be afraid of, that kind of thing.
I have thought, I'm not gonna lie, I've thought about suicide many times.
Yeah.
But then I think about who's gonna clean up after me.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna go through my stuff and clean up after me. I don't want to leave all that for somebody else to do. That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
So then that makes me rethink it. It's like, okay, if I even were to do something like that, I gotta sell everything or give everything away.
There's a lot to deal with.
It's very selfish. It's very selfish to fucking kill yourself. Because then someone else has to deal with all your shit. And it's like, why should they have to go through that?
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy. It's I guess just well, my motivation for the question, I think, because obviously what we do with the Crush Corner and the brand, which can actually sound a little negative to some people, crush, kill, destroy, and then it, in the respects of the brand Crush, Kill, Destroy, you're talking about things that can sound like ending a lot of things, crushing it, killing it, destroying it, but they've actually flipped over the years. You find Corey and I have several conversations about this, about those terms being more like, let me
positive.
Let me get through.
Yeah, crush, kill, destroy, negative ass thoughts.
Right. So it's like, I think you're recognizing it right now. So there's something that you can relate to in what you do, and getting past thoughts about, whatever, having a tough day, having a tough month, having a tough year. And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to push through this stuff. I'm going to get through it, which we use these terms, crush, kill, destroy. Like, I'm going to fucking crush this shit. My job, I'm going into, what? I'm going to fucking kill it today, man.
Yep.
I got a crazy busy day today. I'm going to destroy the shit, man. Like, so it is that positive thing. So I don't know if you have any connection to the name, the brand, or whatever itself. Obviously, I reached out to you to send you some swag to the West Coast, but when you hear it, when you look at it, or you think, and now obviously we have this time to chat about stuff, what does it help, like, undoing any kind of negative connotations, especially with the work that you do? You might tell someone, you might tell someone,
like, you guys are like what I see as in, like, on my side, like, you're on my team. And that encourages me to keep going.
Yes.
That you guys are interested in what I do, and that you think it's growth. Because that's another thing, you guys. Like, I'm single, and a lot of people don't want to date me because they think I'm, like, weird and, like, gross and dirty. For being around so many dead people.
Oh my God.
Like, what? So that's, like, another thing that I have to deal with is, but, like, that
so
I know that there's people that, like I said, are on my side and don't think I'm weird. I know. No. Thank you, Christine.
There you go, Christine.
I know it's not. I know it's not. You know it's not. But I get that a lot, where, like, people just, like,
like, hey, what do you do for a living? They're negative. I cremate people. And then, they're like, oh, really? Oh, look at the time. So, see, that's stupid, right? Because it's like, it's just a job. Like, what if somebody, like, you meet somebody, a woman meets a guy, and the guy says, hey, I'm a garbage man. Like, so what? If you like the person, who the hell cares what they do for a living? Exactly.
I work very hard.
See?
And I keep getting hurt. I get hurt every fucking day. I'm pretty sure my finger's broken.
Really?
That's,
yeah.
I mean, that's
It's fun, like going through like the coffee drive-through, and they're like, "Oh, you ordered a 911." That's the one with like 6 shots or something. They're like, "What are you doing tonight?" Oh, I'm
sounds so
cremating
good
a
to me.
bunch of bodies, and they're like, "Oh."
I mean,
It was usually like a 20-something-year-old, and they're like,
yeah, I
"Oh."
wish I had a 911. That sounds so good to me, like some fucking highly caffeinated shit, you know. This is I'm glad that Herman said this, because it was something that I had to kind of touch on, especially with the crush, kill, destroy, and sentiment. So he's saying, you know, you can't have life without death. Bottom line. So in order to create sometimes things need to be destroyed. So what you do is, at the end of someone's life, you're kind of, I really don't know what the right words are. You're finishing that existence of the physical form to where it's, you know, dust and ashes. But there's this this closure, and there's got to be some kind of a positive aspect to, you know, people, family that get these ashes, and they're like, you know, it's done, and they have this whatever the fuck it is, you know, urn of ashes, and they can do whatever they want with it, and there's got to be some kind of positive aspect, like, is it positive for them to take these ashes and do something with them? They can kind of finish out the rest of the closure for them. Do you think, like?
A lot of people are putting ashes in jewelry.
Right.
So that's nice. And there's we had a bone ceremony. I love you too. We had a bone ceremony the other day. So, dude, like, this is what I would want to happen to me, where there's I think it might be like a Hindu religion or something, but
Yeah.
after we put you into the retort and we retrieve your bones, the family comes over and picks out the bones that they find most beautiful, and they take those away.
Wow.
So, like, usually, like 99% of the time, I take your bones, because they don't get burned all the way. They're like big, usually big bones. And I take them to the back, and I smash them with a fucking magnet, with a big fucking magnet, with a handle.
Yeah,
and crush the bones. To get all. Oh, somebody asked that earlier about prosthetics.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It went by because we were like deep into it, but
yeah.
So what happens, person from earlier? The metal parts get taken out at the very end before I put you in the processor. The processor is like kind of like a giant food processor or a blender.
Yeah.
With a big blade that's probably like 10 inches long. So you get put in this thing after I sift through your bones and take out all the metal. And usually the metal is like a hip replacement.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dave was asking about that. Yeah.
Knees, whatever.
I see fake teeth a lot. Sometimes there's quarters.
Crazy.
Coins.
Yeah.
Sometimes doctors or like at the like morgue, people will leave in like scissors or clamps.
Wow.
Jewelry. There shouldn't be jewelry. The guy that picks you up should take the jewelry off and leave it with the family. But sometimes they miss it. So I put that aside. But anyway, after I remove the metal, then I put the bones in that giant processor, and that pulverizes the bones.
Wow.
And yeah, that's how you end up. So then I care so much that I'll put on some gloves and take out, even because we use these brushes with, like, I don't know what kind of hairs are on the brush. I think it's some kind of animal. But anyway, sometimes they fall in. So I take them out. And yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about prosthetics and metal.
We were really talking about the positive aspects of closure for family and stuff. So, and then we got on to
taking the bones.
Yes.
The bones.
Which is fascinating. That's very fascinating.
Dude, yeah, take my fucking bones and make jewelry off of it.
Take my bones.
Yeah, take my bones.
What? Take my bones. Take my bones.
Yeah, the other day I was encountered by a cast. I had never burned anyone with a cast.
So someone broke a bone.
Someone had a cast on their leg, and then when I went to like take the bones out, there's this big boot.
What?
Yeah, it was a cast, and the fucking bone was still in there. Like the leg bone was still in there. So I turned that upside down, like shake it out. Wow. And it wasn't coming out. So I had to like fucking break it open and take the bone out and reunite the bone with the rest of the body, and then, take the cast away.
Yeah.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah. I mean, amazing.
So we're I think we're getting close to the end of our night here, but I want you to stick around with us because we're going to do some trivia, and it's actually I actually have some stuff that's related to cultural things with death and the way that other countries may do things. So
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not doing anything else, so I'm here for you guys.
I appreciate these guys sticking around and hanging out with us, and I actually got some interesting things. I was looking into other practices about death and dying and funeral and stuff like that. And
did you find out about the coconut? Like when people fucking bust open a coconut on a skull?
No, what is that?
There's one of the religions does that. They fucking break a coconut on the skull, and that releases the soul.
This is on
some kind of Eastern Indian thing.
Oh, I gotta look into that.
Yeah. I think they call it the milk ceremony.
The milk ceremony.
Yeah, milk.
I'm definitely gonna have to research that. So we are going to do I have a couple of questions, and I usually give some swag away to these guys. You got some Christine saying you got the East
Coast. Take me.
What's up, East Coast? Woo!
What up? I told you. I have like you're gonna have a good time with this one. We got a good guest.
All right, guys, let's do our Crush, Kill, Destroy trivia. I got some.
Can we like make this also like, I don't know? Can you guys find me a boyfriend?
Okay, so we want to make this like the dating game.
Yeah.
That's
wow. Or we could do a part 2 if you want.
Yeah, we could do a follow-up and be like,
okay.
Well, I don't know about long distance though.
Well, Jim.
Yes.
What we'll do, we'll have travel. We'll just have to make sure that the West Coast contingent of CKD does everything they can to just spread the word about the dating game with P.
Yay!
Maybe. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's it, right? It's just all about spread the word about that. And obviously, you will want people from the Sacramento area.
Hell yeah.
Right? I would assume.
There's no one here. Nobody wants me here.
Come on. Come on. I find all that so hard to believe. I really
we
do.
need to move on to other planets.
Wow.
Hey! Oh yeah, by the way, yes.
Spread the word.
You're a guy or a girl.
Whatever. We're spreading the word.
Yay!
We gotta Jim, we'll have to pencil it in, man. Round 2 with P. Dating game.
Hey, we'll start a whole new show, man. Crush, kill, destroy, dating. Fuck it.
Crush, kill, destroy, Mexican cremator, fucking metal
singing, just getting tattooed all over the place.
Are you? Have you thought about doing? Have you thought about doing more band stuff? Does that come into mind? Like, does it come up for you where you're like, damn, I wish I was like singing in a band or like doing something?
Oh my God, I miss it so much.
Yeah, I bet. Like, I play.
I'm such a show lady. Like, I love dancing and performing. And I'm like that person where you're like at the grocery store and you turn the fucking aisle and there's like a lady dancing like in front of the beans.
You're like, yo, that's creepy.
Yeah, I love performing.
You're like, I got my bread and my milk, and I'm dancing in the aisle number 7 or whatever.
Almond milk.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I live with my wife and my daughter are vegetarian too, so I do have almond milk in my fridge. When you you just made me think about something. Most of the stuff that I watched with the band, you definitely have this way about kind of dealing with the audience, because I noticed, and you could tell me if you feel that too, like I noticed when you're singing, it looks like you go into the audience and you're back and you're kind of
I turn my back a lot.
Yeah. Is that something that just happens naturally, or like you're just feeling the music from the band or something? Because I saw it in a lot of videos.
I like to look at my band members.
Yeah.
I like to look at my bandmates because I was in love with all of them.
Yeah.
So I like looking at all of them and making that connection.
When I
don't want to look at you guys, not you guys, but I don't really want to look at you guys. They're the ones that like I felt with, because they were not only my bandmates, but they were my really close friends.
Yeah. Well, when I watched that stuff, I definitely noticed it because I play in 2 bands, and there's definitely an experience on the stage when you're performing and stuff that happens. So I noticed it and I was like, oh yeah, like I could relate to it as a drummer too, because I'm stuck in the back, so my perspective is very different. But I noticed that I was like, yeah, like I dig it. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, that was my thing, and I would like roll around on the ground a lot too. Gigi Allen is one of my heroes, so like that was one of my inspirations. Was like, to roll around in my fucking cowboy boots.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it is. I totally missed the band. Like there's always talks about like starting something new with people, but usually like people are drunk, and I don't know if it's just drunk talk.
Yeah.
And I don't know, nothing has happened yet. And then people are like, "Well, just do something by yourself," and it's like, oh,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, right now too, it's a tricky time. There's so much there's no music happening, which is a bummer. But
slow.
I'll just play with the dead people. Fuck it.
On that note, we're gonna do some Crush, Kill, Destroy trivia. Playing with dead people.
Break.
Playing with dead people. No, we need you here though. All right, we're gonna give some shit away right now. All right, so I have some questions. If you need a pee break, it's totally fine.
A pee break, like literally, like from me. If you need a break from Priscilla right now, it's time.
No.
Yeah, this gives us time. Okay, get ready. All right, we're giving shit away right now. Okay, so
It's all good. Everything's fantastic.
Yes, get us. We want to get banned from YouTube. Get us banned from.
Look
Oh, look at that! I love it.
That's a great tank top.
It's a dress. It says "You come yet," and the guy died while giving head.
Wow!
He never came.
He
died.
It never happened for him.
It never happened.
That poor bastard.
Trivia.
You see that? All right, trivia.
Christine's ready for.
That was mine.
We got. All right, bathroom. We got bathroom trivia going on here.
All right. Question 1. Boom.
All right, question 1. Let me get my bearings here. Okay, so what we're gonna do tonight is name the. It's gonna be name the area of the world in which this death or funeral practice takes place. So question 1 is you can. It could be kind of vague because some of these are easy, some of them are a little tricky. So first one, all right, the sky burial is a funeral practice in which a human corpse is placed on a mountaintop to be eaten by scavenging animals, especially vultures.
That is so wild.
Yeah, and I do have some pictures that might hint. Some of them were a little. Say what?
Sorry. Okay, nothing.
So I have this picture of a sky burial with these vultures.
Yum.
Yeah, so crazy. And like the dude in this picture might give it away, but it's still a little tricky.
I got it from the picture, but wow, dude, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, did you seriously, dude? You really got it?
Yeah. Well, like you said, there was one thing that just helped it.
And we always tell people we don't give a fuck. If you want to get some free shit.
Herman.
Herman got it. Tibet, correct. Yeah. So
Christine, so close.
So close. So
I'd give him to both.
So Priscilla, if you I don't know if you knew about this stuff, but I'm familiar with some of the practices in Tibet and like Buddhist kind of shit, but I looked this up even deeper. There's some pretty heavy shit. Like they literally, like, people die and they chop their bodies up to leave them out for animals to like to eat, mostly vultures. It was pretty heavy. Like, it's pretty crazy.
I've heard about that. Actually, that's what my stupid ass ex-husband asked that we do with his body.
A sky burial. Wow. That's crazy. All right. Question number 2. So, all right. The second one. Okay. These sprawling riverside cremation grounds host almost 200 burned bodies every day. It's believed they will be freed from the cycle of life, death, and reincarnation. I also have a
That the Ganges in India.
Wait, you're not supposed to answer this.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know if it is.
Yeah, I was right.
That's just a question.
We can wait for a.
I didn't say anything.
I didn't hear anything. That's just that you're guessing.
I'm probably going to send you some more swag anyway. So
that's where I want to go work next.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. So let me see if we got it. All right, Herman scooped it up. It is India.
P is out of control. Where you go, Pete? Oh, there you are. You went away. You did. Woo!
I heard that about me
Yeah.
before.
So Herman says he's been there. That's pretty.
What?
Yeah.
Herman, I love you.
Herman, super
Herman.
Herman.
Yeah, that's a third world country, right? I would.
And so are we now.
All right, I love this question. This is so wacky, man. And I think I watched a documentary about this a while ago.
Oh, I love it. I like documentaries. Let's see it.
All right, number 3. These fantasy caskets are made for families who believe that life transcends death and the deceased will continue with his or her profession in the afterlife. And I have a picture. I do. Where the hell is it? Okay, so this is dude, check out these caskets. They're so fucking wacky. Man.
I think that's like in Jamaica or something, right?
Close, but you're not supposed to guess. But you
can. Sorry, come on.
No.
Hey.
Listen. You can. It's a guess. No one knows.
Nobody knows.
Sorry.
No.
I like to play games.
Once again, I know we're gonna do a dating game just for you.
All right. I have no idea what these piñatas are.
So if you, this is Herman's close, but I think we should get. So this is a hint, but I think we should get it closer because he already got 2 questions. So I will definitely tell you it is in Africa, but if you can narrow it down to where in Africa, I think that would be better.
Oh.
If you guys want to Google fantasy caskets, I'm telling you, it's going to come up right away. Oh, look at that pooch.
That's Butters.
Oh, my God. Butters, what's up?
What's up? Chilling and relaxing. Nice.
Christine got it.
She did?
Yeah, dude, that shit is so crazy because they believe that whatever profession that you do, you keep into the afterlife. It's fucking nuts, man.
Wow, that's wild.
So then what would I get? Would I get a casket that looks like a casket?
It'd be a casket of flames. I don't know. It'd be like
or maybe it would look like
it'd be you pushing a casket.
The machine.
Oh, I like it.
All right, so okay, we're all right. Number 4. Okay, all right. Known as the turning of the bones. Actually, you might have talked about this, P. People bring forth the bodies of their ancestors from the family crypts, rewrap the corpses in fresh cloth, and rewrite their names on the clothes.
I'm not saying. I don't want to get in trouble anymore.
Yeah, don't say it.
All right.
Fucked up.
Oh, wow. I want to be held like that.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Cool.
I think
I want everybody to grab me like that.
Oh, Mike was late to the call. He got the last one. He's like gone up, but that was the last one.
Yeah, Mike. What the fuck?
Mike knows Mike's on the Tito's tip like we are. So
yeah, we're on the Tito's tip.
We gotta give Mike a little bit of a
Mike's on DSL.
Oh, it's good stuff right there. Oh.
We're on the so this I found a bunch of fucked up pictures for this ritual.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I love that turning of the bones.
Don't do it, Herman. You're on a roll.
Another whoa, these guys are coming in quick here.
Yeah.
I don't want to Google it. Christine said Malaysia, which is not right, but it's good. Jeff said Russia, which is not right.
No, come on.
Wow.
Come on, Jeff.
Come on, Jeff.
Hello, P.
I'll give you a hint that one of the other rituals was in the same continent or yeah. Wait. Damn it. Yeah. Herman got it. That motherfucker.
But he does admit as the stand-up gentleman that he is,
Yes.
the very next comment.
There's no cheating. We like giving stuff away. We want people to just spread the word of Crush, Kill, Destroy. So there's no cheating. We love it.
I am always going to promote the use of Google whenever we're not moving along. So just go in and just start there. Just go for it.
I promote the use of Tito's.
I promote the use of Ask Jeeves.
There you go. Ask Jeeves. Now we're going way back. Netscape. All kinds of fun stuff.
All right. So
Christine, you're right. He admitted it though. He did cheat.
We have I have to say this is probably one of the most entertaining and fun trivias we've done. So thank you, P.
Thank you.
We have we got two more questions if I could get my shit together. Okay, so we're on number 5. This is good. This one's easy, but yeah.
But it's good.
All right. At this funeral, mourners are joined by a brass band that plays music that starts off heavy and sad, but soon turns celebratory. And especially, I love this line: "Everybody dances!"
Yay!
This one is. Oh, actually, I have a little blurb about this, which I can say before or after.
That's so cool.
Oh, yeah. We got a winner.
I know. Oh, we do. Okay. Yeah, Christine got it. So,
hell yeah.
This when I was searching, not for nothing, guys. This is so cool. So this guy right here,
yeah,
in the front of this procession, that's actually someone that I know.
Come on.
Yeah. So
come on.
Yeah. That's Daryl that lives in New Orleans. And I've been there twice. The last time I went, Daryl worked for the house that I stayed in, the Airbnb. He was like the maintenance dude, and he's called the Dancing Man, and he was the guy that like took care of the house. He it was like the grounds and like the maintenance and stuff like that. So that's him. He's the Dancing Man. So I found that picture by accident. I was like, that's fucking Daryl. So I actually know that dude, which I think is kind of cool. So
that's cool.
Sweet shoes.
What?
Okay, we're on to number. Let me get rid of this.
I remember the best show, The Honor. Have you guys been watching that?
No, I don't know that actually.
Oh my god!
Wait, what show?
Your Honor.
No,
I've heard of it, but I've not watched
Bryan Cranston.
I've not watched it.
So fucking good. It takes place in New Orleans, and they show shit like that. It's fucking good.
I watched Treme when Treme was out. I don't know if.
Oh my god, that was a good show too.
Fucking awesome. Have you been to New Orleans?
No, I want to.
I think you would have a really strong connection.
Brown caskets and fucking graveyards.
I think you would have a real strong connection to it. You got to get out there. Yeah, it's awesome. All right. Last trivia of the night, my friends.
Here we go.
For I think this is Tarajan people. Death is part of a spiritual journey. Families keep the mummified remains of their deceased relatives. This kind of freaked me out. In their homes for years, and traditionally invite them to join them for lunch.
Aww.
So this is fucking wild, man. Like,
wow.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
There were actually more photos that I found that I was like, wow, these are fucking heavy, like little kids with the grandma and stuff. Like,
yeah. Do they change their clothes like every day, or like every once a week?
From what I understand, they actually exhume them from the grounds and then they refresh them. They'll like clean up the body and then put new clothes and stuff. It's like a practice of like, there's to a certain point when they finally say goodbye, but yeah, they fucking.
Wow, that's wild, man.
Herman got it.
Herman.
So it's
Herman.
it's an Indonesian practice, but it's only in this area where the Torsion people live. So yeah, it's fucking nuts, man.
That's wild. Very cool, man.
I love dead people.
Yes, you do.
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah, and it shows in your work and your, how you approach it and all that stuff. So
yeah, I think it's actually great to connect and have a different perspective on death and dying. Herman is.
Before we go, can I tell you guys about my favorite corpse?
Absolutely.
yes.
Okay, but you can't tell anybody.
No, so you know what's funny about that? You're saying this because I actually had it written down as a question.
Oh,
you did?
If there was some sort of like pinnacle body that you dealt with, like that you'd be like I don't know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a famous person or anything, but
no, it's not, and it's my favorite corpse of all time.
There you go.
I don't think it can be topped.
Okay.
It was a guy that fucking set himself on fire at a waterfall.
At a waterfall?
At a waterfall. It was a 20-something-year-old guy on DMT, left a letter, and said he was going to the next level.
Wow.
No way.
Set himself on fire. Obviously, you need to be contained to be able to burn yourself all the way.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He was just charred on his skin, but like inside, he was still, fresh.
Yeah.
But he's my favorite corpse of all time because a lot of people kill themselves. Yes, they do. And they go the easy route. They just either shoot themselves or hang themselves. This guy was creative. Who the fuck does self-immolation anymore?
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So my hero of all time is that guy.
Wow.
So he was that guy, was he cremated after the fact too? After this?
I don't know what happened to him. I was working at the morgue still, so I did his autopsy to figure out why he died, even though it was pretty obvious. But it was for the county that still does autopsies for suicides.
Wow.
But where he did it and how he did it was so cool.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Herman, I don't think so. No.
There's
like really famous people have enough money to still be buried. So then I don't cremate them.
Here's a question.
Yes.
So when you were doing your autopsy gig, were you involved in any major crimes that you were involved to help investigate?
I can't tell you that.
Yeah, I didn't think you could. But I thought I'd ask. So that helps the audience like set it up for when we have date night with
you motherfuckers don't go tell on me about fucking
No, listen, I'm not I get
you
that.
Guys.
No. Maybe off the air, somewhere down the road, we can have a couple cocktails. You'll be like, what? What?
Yeah, I might tell you a story or two.
Yeah, down the road. It's cool. But I had to ask.
Well, I think we covered a lot of stuff tonight, guys. Cree-Pee, I can't thank you enough for taking time to do this with us.
That was so much fun, you guys.
So much fun. It was awesome.
I love talking about this stuff.
I love it. I love your spirit and what I really respect what you do. I think it's super important, and I think people need to face it and in the way that you do with respect and like it's real deal shit. I mean, this is what happens. Eventually, all of us are going to have to face it, no matter how we might choose ahead of time that we go out into the ground or into the ashes or into the universe or whatever the fuck it may be.
Right.
I appreciate the way that you look at it, and you have to have I think a certain amount of acceptance and humor, and especially now there's some fucked up things going on, so you're doing your part, and I appreciate that.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, great time.
Yeah,
Awesome.
nice thumbs.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, love you too.
If I end up on the West Coast, I'll certainly make a request to have you burn my body.
Oh no, don't die.
Not yet.
Don't die, you guys.
No, I got too much shit I want to do, but eventually.
That's the next shirt you gotta make. Don't die, you guys.
No, we're going strong. Let's go.
Yeah. So, and when the world opens up again, we may end up on the West Coast doing some traveling.
I would love that. I would love to fucking party with you guys.
Oh yeah, right on. Totally. Music, partying.
Sounds awesome.
The crush, kill, destroy sentiment, and we'll keep going. So,
yay!
To the little lazy dogs you have with you, to the time.
Hey, oh, did you see? He looked at you.
Oh,
hey, doggy! What's
look
up?
at him. He's just chilling. Love it. Love it. Fantastic.
Yes, please come.
Chrissy wants. I think judging by your shirt, yes,
Road
you
trip.
know.
We got a road trip coming up.
Everybody come over.
Party at Cree-Pee's house. Party at Cree-Pee's.
Let's
With
do
Mary.
it.
And yeah, thanks again so much. And I'll be in touch. I'm gonna keep following you and
Following you guys.
thank you so much, man.
Oh wait, don't forget, we gotta find me a boyfriend.
We do.
Oh yes.
Or a girlfriend.
Dating game.
We're putting it out there.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
To the West Coast.
Woo!